Welcome to New York City! Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to this awesome channel I'm building for you. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and we'll get started with New York. So I'm panning across the Hudson River. This is the Upper West Side, over to the Lower West Side, which is the financial district. And you will see all the magnificent skyscrapers in front of you. The concrete jungle, they call it. The Hudson River, it takes about 10 minutes to travel underneath to Jersey. I'm in Hoboken, taking the shot, and right now I'm panning over Jersey City for you to see the skyline over there. The park I'm in right now is a beautiful grassy area to have a nice relaxing break from the city. It's about 2 blocks off of the train in Hoboken. Hoboken is a small town vibe. You can get coffee, a nice quiet lunch break, and do some small town shopping. Less energy and a really great place to get a little quiet in for the day. And then you can hop right back over to Manhattan and get that excitement of New York City. Here I am panning across the river again to capture the Upper West Side. This is the Hudson Yards. We have one Vanderbilt. It's a tall building in front of you. I have a beautiful lookout over Manhattan. The High Line is over there too. You can hike on. We have the Lower West Side. This is by the financial district, by the Oculus. A beautiful view of Jersey City. It does have a filter on it, as you see. I like it. And there are sidewalks, wine bars, restaurants, really romantic place to be at. When you get to New York, this is Times Square. We know Times Square. It's a big poppin' place. Neon lights, there's theater district right there beside it, restaurants, shops, lots of people. These bleachers in front of you that you see, this is a very iconic place to get a beautiful photo. It's a great place to meet people from all around the world. We have shops too, like the M&M store. We have record stores. There are clothing stores, great places for souvenirs. I'm right here across the street from Madison Square Gardens in this picture. Madison Square Gardens is where you can find the basketball games at, amongst other events. We have Sweat in the theater district right here for you. Sweat is a Pulitzer Prize winning play about femininity and racism in the workplace. I recommend it. I won't tell you too much about it. This is the Roundabout Theater where it's playing at. They don't allow filming inside, but I captured some photos for you. This is off the balcony, as you see, a beautiful, nice big stage. All the seats are pretty good in the house. And then again, you got to turn your video camera off while the play is happening. And then we had the theater district with the Doll's House coming in right here for you. A very well-known play. 7 Tony Awards. What? The Bronx Tale, produced by Robert De Niro. If you like theater, New York is the city for you to go to. The lines move quick. Book your tickets in advance. And the area is pretty quaint. It's a nice little place to walk around in too. Hamilton's a very well-known play. It got really big awards handed to it. A lot of great reviews. Cats right here for you. Idris Elba and Taylor Swift have a film about that now out if you haven't seen that yet. It is a musical. Got the train tracks right here. So many things happen in the train tracks in New York City. Rats with pizza on their heads. Bagels on their heads. People performing. August Wilson Theater coming to you live right now in front of you. A very great playwright. More theater district for you to check out. The lights are on in New York. You will not have a problem walking around. American Ballet Theater. This is in the Lincoln Center. Right by Juilliard. Great events. Great dancing. Nice fountain out there you can sit beside. Got some stairs around. You can take a break from walking. There's a Starbucks right there. Nice restaurants. As I mentioned, not too long waits. You can get a nice meal as you're waiting for a show to start. Juilliard School, a very well-known performing arts school, located right behind MLK High School. Some quotes of MLK. Very good to see that. In Columbus Circle, we have right here for you a statue. And in Columbus Circle, it's in the lower west side of the Central Park area. There is a mall there for some shopping, another Starbucks, because Starbucks is everywhere. Central Park has a beautiful place you can walk around. They have carriage rides, as you'll see coming up. There's a petting zoo. You can sit on the grass there, read. Museums all around it. Steakhouses such as Gallagher's. And if you like boutique shopping, be sure to hit up Soho. Soho is not a packed place. You can walk around, enjoy yourself, and find some good crafted clothes, art. It was a big artsy area at one time, and it still has that art feeling to it. The buildings are incredibly crafted, and it has a lot of retail stores. Be sure to get a map when you get to New York City. Capture it on your phone so you can know what trains to hop on to get around. And I do recommend hopping on the trains and getting an unlimited pass for the week, which is like $32. And then I found some construction happening. I was in awe of what's happening below my feet as I was walking around New York. Pretty impressive. Here I'm on the train. This is the Amtrak train. On this day, I'm traveling to Boston, which is only a few hours away. But I wanted to capture this for you so you got a good feel of just how big New York is again. And the number of buildings there, just imagine how many people are in those buildings. There's cultures from all across the world in New York. You can find restaurants from every area on the globe right in New York City. People grilling in the summertime, the springtime. It's a good communal vibe in Brooklyn. I highly recommend Brooklyn. I lived there for a few years and I felt so at home in the area. A lot of people from the islands live in the area. I was living in the Caribbean area myself in Bed-Stuy and Prospect Park. So there are a lot of Caribbean little restaurants you can go to get Caribbean jerk chicken, plantanos. Williamsburg has some good shops happening in it. Bed-Stuy has some good boutiques popping up in it. And it has a different vibe than Manhattan. This is the map you want to take a picture of. It has all the trains listed and locations in Manhattan for you to see and in Brooklyn, Central Park. This is the map you want. It shows every area at Central Park to go to and what's happening there. And we got some courthouses coming in for you right now. These are located by the Brooklyn Bridge. All this old school architecture is pretty cool in my opinion. And that's what's great about New York is you will have these old buildings amidst new modern buildings. And that just adds to the array of the beauty of New York. The detail put behind this construction really stands out in my opinion. And there are a number of these buildings right beside the Brooklyn Bridge. And we have me. Here I am in the same area on a cool evening. In New York, they have a lot of lights. So if you like romantic strolls, you will really enjoy a walk around New York in the evening times. This is Brooklyn Bridge sign I had to capture for you. And here we have Brooklyn Bridge coming in. Brooklyn Bridge is a bridge that's been around 155 years. One of the first suspension bridge built in the United States. It took 13 years to get and set in progress. The arcs of the bridge are fascinating. The cables and how they hold the heaviness of the bridge through the strength of the design and angles is impressive. and it connects Brooklyn to the island of Manhattan. There is a train that goes across that. It's very iconic. People go over there when they go to the city to visit, to walk across, to bike across. People do performances on it as well. There is a street that cars can travel to too. And then if you like boating, in the East River, right here, you can see there are boats and jet skis available to have for your activities in the afternoon, hopefully on a warm day. Millions and millions of people do travel over this bridge on a daily basis. And it takes about 15 minutes to get from Brooklyn into Manhattan. So it's a pretty quick ride. I recommend checking Brooklyn out again. And I have a lot of photos here because I was just so impressed by the area. This is Financial District with the sun peeking out from it. I love tall glass buildings. If you like tall glass buildings, Manhattan is the place for you. The reflection of the blue sky and the lights at night in the daytime, so cool. And this is a fountain right there by the Brooklyn Bridge too. If you want to have a nice little sit on a park bench, they are there. The kids can play around the fountain if you want. And these are all located close to the Oculus. So if you want to do a little shopping after that, the Oculus is right there. And this is the Oculus. This is a mall built completely of marble. Pretty cool in my opinion. It's very, very clean inside. They do a great job of keeping it clean. They have higher end design shops. This is the 911 September 9th memorial of the Twin Tower. Then we have the fire station right here coming in for you. This was one of the first responders to get to the area on that day. And these are located in the financial district. Be sure to check that area out. And we have a beautiful shot of a Manhattan skyline for you with some beautiful glass buildings. This is a seafood spot. You need to check it out. Lower West Side Financial District. There's great docks you can go off of and see beautiful views of Jersey City. Also, the food's pretty good and got a wide assortment of drinks. This is a statue for the fallen soldiers. A statue for the immigrants who came over to New York City. All in the financial district. There are great sidewalks over there to walk around for some exercise. Again, there's a ferry boat ride over there for the ride to Statue of Liberty, as well as a pirate ship and great little views of Jersey City across the water. When you're in New York, definitely get a boat ride. They have ferry rides to go by the Statue of Liberty. The price isn't too pricey, but the Statue of Liberty is an iconic spot you must go to while you're there. On a beautiful, clear, dark night, you can see the lights of Manhattan really shining bright off that water. It's a beautiful reflection. And then we have the train tracks for you. Miles and miles beneath the feet. Incredible how they built this. Very convenient to get around with. The Empire State Building. What's really great about this is that steeple on top changes colors for holidays or whatever's happening in the world at that time. Hamilton Heights is a low-key area of Manhattan, located right south of Harlem. Here's the iconic Actor Studio. It's been around for a long time, trained very well-known actors in the industry. Bank Street Theater, another very well-known theater company in New York. And if you want to take a break from walking, city bikes are located everywhere in New York. I highly recommend them. They get around pretty good. Some are kind of hybrid, so you can really move nicely. Not an expensive price at all. Bryant Park. Bryant Park is a great grassy park you can go to on the east side of Manhattan. There's a Whole Foods right there. You can grab a snack from the salad bar, go out to a table out there, have some coffee. A lot of coffee shops in the area. They got ping pong tables. They have like foosball tables. They have figure skating rinks in the wintertime. Of course, we got hot dogs out there, pretzels out there. It's a very communal place people gather. Empire State Building again for you. Beautiful steeple on this night. And if you're in Manhattan around Christmas time, the Rockettes have a great show at Radio City Music Hall. I highly recommend it. Be sure to plan in advance to get those tickets that go out fast. Very worth your time. Carriage rides, I mentioned these earlier for you. Very nice to have going around Central Park on a romantic night. And I captured this really great little statue for you. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times. Rockefeller Center, it really has some nice lights out there too. Here it is around Christmas time. They keep these lights up year round, all around New York to add a nice ambiance. But there are ice skating rinks out there too. They got beautiful tall buildings you can look at. And speaking about old buildings, look at this church. Look at those peaks. What? The stained glass on it you will see here coming up is incredible. The doors on it are also massive in size, a lot of detail to them. And it's located on the east side of Central Park, the Lower East Side. Look at those doors. What? When you get to New York, be sure to check out all the art around the area. This art piece I found, it's a beautiful mosaic of marble with horses and the horse master. The buildings out there have awesome lights at night. You will have a great time on a nice romantic stroll. A lot of pre-war buildings again. This one is in Hamilton Heights. Let's go to the Met, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, located on the east side of Central Park, Upper East Side, New York, Manhattan. A very well-known museum. The fountain outside of it on a beautiful night. It's a great place to sit. There are things you can eat over there. Art exhibitions on the sidewalk. The east side is a beautiful area. Here we have a river, the East River. I'm crossing over on a cable car to get to Roosevelt Island. So Roosevelt Island is a nice little escape from Manhattan too. It's a very clean spot. You might want to check that out when you're there. This is your typical crosswalk in New York. Taxis and all. And again, the Empire State Building around Christmas time with the Winter Wonderland in Union Square. A great place to go shopping if you're there around the holiday season. Be sure to hit that up. Central Park has the most beautiful colors when you're there around the right seasons. As you see here, the yellows and greens really add a beautiful color to the area. And now we're going into Brooklyn. Brooklyn. What? Brooklyn is a great communal vibe. You will really enjoy your time over there. They do have shops, but it's more of a family environment if you ask me. I lived there for a few years. This is going over the East River right here. But you will find neighborhoods around Brooklyn from people all around the world, like Caribbean neighborhoods. You will find Russian neighborhoods. You will find a mixture of everyone in Williamsburg. Bushwick's a very artsy area. They have farms located throughout Brooklyn for each neighborhood to have like plots of land. You can rent those out and grow your own vegetables. There were organic shops in the area too. Boutiques popping up for some really great artsy clothes. Music venues. Be sure to check Brooklyn out when you're over there. It's a completely different vibe than Manhattan. It's only about a 10-minute ride across the bridge too. And there are murals all over Brooklyn too. This one is in Long Island City, however. I thought it was very beautiful. There's a great soccer field over there too if you like soccer. Nice sidewalks to stroll around on the East River too. The trains represent love a lot in New York too. A nice view one night from the train stop. Another view of the Manhattan skyline from the train stop in Bed-Stuy. And I captured this photo for you because the pigeons are everywhere too in New York. These guys are looks like they're about to race. Another mural in Brooklyn representing some Brooklyn love. And the train stops in Brooklyn. Some are clean, some are not. This one has stained glass. They do a good job on the train stations that are above the ground, really keeping them clean. Some have digital displays for you too. We got Biggie, an iconic figure from Brooklyn. Vibrancy of color. A shot from the train tracks from Bed-Stuy going into Manhattan. And there's a lot of like bodegas. There are a lot of like cafes off of Broadway in Brooklyn. This mural is in Williamsburg. It reminded me of Australia, of the reefs over there. Williamsburg has nice shops too to go to, pizza places, coffee shops. Here's a shot from Prospect area of Brooklyn, of the Manhattan skyline. You got a great shot of the bridge right here for you. Look at that architecture on that thing. And what's really good about New York, they do a good job of bringing flowers out and really decorating the trees that are amongst the sidewalks throughout the city. Some parts of the year, they will have flowers like these. Other parts of the year, they will have lettuce heads, kale heads. Art is everywhere in New York. This tiger is in Greenwich Village, looks right up at you as you're walking around. Right by Zazzy's Pizza, a great pizza spot. We got a shot of some water for you with that sun reflecting off of it for that beautiful break of the city. New York has a lot. Okay, and to wrap this up, we're going to finish up with some art coming to you. This is in Brooklyn. A great iconic mural in the east side of Manhattan, Lower East Side. And another panoramic view of Manhattan from Upper West Side down to the Lower West Side, the financial district. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe if you haven't yet. That way I can bring more experiences to you to help you plan your next travel adventures. If you want to do a quick donation, by all means, it is accepted. Thank you for your time, and until next time, peace.